Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Knox Black, chilling with the top back, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Black's Magic Arena. If you are new around here, yesterday we kicked things off with the Black Magic Gauntlet, where 5 decks are going to enter every single week, but only the strong will survive. Today we're going to be bringing in deck number 2. The same rules are going to apply. Real ladder games, real results, no midweek changes to the deck. So what you see is what you get. Every win and loss counts, okay? Now this deck is trying to prove it belongs in the gauntlet because by Friday, 2 decks are getting cut and only one is walking away as King of the Week. So let's see what this one's got. All right. So today we've got a Badgermole Golgari list for you. And of course, everybody's playing Badgermole right now, so this is not like the most original deck list. But I did add some cards of my own to it to see if it could do some damage on the ladder. And so we start off with 4 copies of Llanowar Elves, just a simple ramp spell, easy. Moltender is pretty much the same thing, but this one does have the added functionality of allowing us to mill a card, which is going to function with some graveyard synergy that we do have within the deck. One of those cards being 3 copies of the Blood Gas, which every time it's in the graveyard and a land falls, you're going to be able to return this thing from the graveyard to the battlefield. And I feel like this card really just helps a lot when it comes to resilience late game. It can be a great finisher, but also it's a part of the infinite combo with the Umbra Collar Zealot that we're going to talk about later. This card allows you to sacrifice creatures or artifacts and you can surveil one. This is really good for deck manipulation, but also putting things into the graveyard, which again synergizes very well with this deck. 4 copies of the Badgermole Cub, which everybody by now knows what this card does. It's one of the most powerful cards in the meta right now, and when it enters, it's going to Earthbend 1, which allows you to take take a land and turn it into a 1/1 creature. But also, as long as the Badgermole is on the field, every creature that you tap for mana, it gives you an additional green mana. So this thing is a ramp machine. After that, we got 4 copies of the Dredger's Insight. And this card is also going to play very well with that graveyard synergy, right? Helps us put cards into the graveyard, but also helps us fix our hands if we're lacking in lands or creatures that we need to play. And so this card is just very good for that. It also helps us with a little bit of resilience because every time a creature is removed, we get a life. So it helps in that way too. We've got 3 copies of the Esper Origin. This is just one of my favorite Final Fantasy cards. I tend to play it in a lot of green decks, even if they don't necessarily call for it, just because it's so very versatile. It does a lot of things. It gains you life. It can ramp you. It can help you, beat down if that's what your board state's looking like, right? So Esper Origin is going to put in a lot of work for us, hopefully, in that regard. 1 copy of the Soul Cauldron, Agatha Soul Cauldron. As you know, this meta right now is very kill spell heavy, and Agatha Soul Cauldron is going to help us to get around some of those things because we'll be able to take creatures out of the graveyard and give their abilities to creatures that we may still have, like some of our weaker creatures that may still be on the field, like the Llanowar Elves, the Moltender, things of that nature. 1 copy of the Ice Tail Explorer. This card is really good because not only does it allow you to ramp even more by playing extra lands every turn, but every time you do play a land, it mills you a card, which again plays very well with that graveyard synergy that we talked about. And it's also going to allow you to just ramp up really, really well. So we've also got 4 copies of Beifong's Bounty Hunters. Now, this was the first card that I saw in the Avatar set that I actually pulled from a pack that I was very interested in building around because it has a very powerful effect. Earthbend X, where X is, the creature's power that died, and you can truly do some crazy things with this, and this is part of that infinite combo that we mentioned earlier with the Umbra Collar Zealot. If you can get this on the field with a Beifong's, and even if you have just the Blood Gas in the graveyard, once you start playing lands, and particularly the Festering Gulch, that pings your opponent for 1 every time it hits the battlefield, you can start an infinite loop with these cards that will allow you to just take your opponent out. There's pretty much nothing they can do about it, especially if we get them tapped out. We've got 4 copies of Overlord of the Belmerk. This thing is just really good because it allows you to, for one, put cards into the graveyard, which is important to this deck, but also if you're running low on creatures, it's just an early way to get you into that Badgermole you may need, or Llanowar Elves, whatever the case may be, just to get you some early card plays. And then this is the card that I just wanted to try out for this deck, because my rationale behind this is people want to kill a lot of cards in this deck, especially things like the Badgermole and the Bounty Hunters, right? Because they know how powerful those cards are. Well, this card makes them pay for doing that. This card, if we can establish a big board, this card makes you pay for playing sweepers, especially if you can get a couple of them on the battlefield at a time. It really makes you pay for playing sweepers. And then also, once we get a graveyard full of creatures, the backside Awakening Hall allows us to just have a really big turn where we're putting all of this stuff on the battlefield at once, proccing ETBs, giving us potential access to the combo, the loot that we talked about, and all sorts of infinite plays that we could do from that. So as far as lands, we've just got 4 swamps and 5 forests. We've got 4 copies of the Blooming Marsh, just good to get some lands early. The Festering Gulch, which is very important to their strategy, is one of the things that helps that infinite combo really shine. 2 copies of Wastewood Verge and 3 copies of Fable Passage. So other than that, that's going to be the deck list, and we're just going to go ahead and get into some games. So I hope you guys enjoy what you have, and welcome to Black's Magic Arena. All right, so today we're going to be playing some Badgermole for you guys. A little Earth-Being combination that I put together. So let's see. Got all the lands I need. Got Ram early plays. Opponent goes first. I'll take it. I've been really looking forward to showing this deck list off, because I've had a decent amount of success with it on the ladder, but it's not about what's happened before now. It's what happens this week in the Gauntlet. Let's see how it does. Starting off with a Chocobo. Okay, so we're trying to do big creature things, landfall things. Of course, we'll start off with that Llanowar Elves. What do you got for me? Got their play their own Llanowar Elves. Might as well attack in. I am not gonna block. Now, I wonder if I should be looking for a creature here, or if I should be trying to get that funeral home or funeral room on the battlefield, because I know I'm gonna eventually probably need to start blocking with these creatures. And we got 2 more Llanowar Elves to put on the field to block. The main thing I'm worried about right now is Tifa. There's not a lot I can do about that if it hits the field anyway. That's very loud. In my ears, at least. Okay. So the Mossborn Hydras hit the field. Okay. Spread of Origins. Try to see what we can get into. No and no. Go ahead and crack the Fable Passage. There's a very good chance I just started off a little bit too slow to really be able to deal with this deck. Because typically, I mean, again, in this spot, I would like to have, I'd like to have a Badgermole. I'd like to have probably a Bayfonds as well. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not bad. What's that? Spring Bloom Druid. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yep, that's gonna be game. Well, that was a quick one. Not a great start. Not a great start at all. And if you saw yesterday's video, this means that this deck has already been eliminated from King of the Week contention because it cannot get a perfect score. All right, man, we go again. We go again. That was just an unfortunate matchup. You know, things happen like that. We're just going to go back in and try it one more time. An opponent goes first again. I do not like that. I do not like that at all. I do not like that. We have a very similar hand to the one we started with. Like, where are the rest of my cards? You know? I'd really like to know where the rest of my cards are. Could someone please explain to me where the rest of my cards are? That'd be great. No blocks. Very nice. Very nice. Unstoppable Slasher. Okay, there's a Badgermole. That does help. Okay. Now, do I play that? No, I don't think so. I think I can play this though. That's it. Now I'm gonna block with this Llanowar Elf. No, like this one. Let's see what we can get into. I kind of do need that actually. Yeah. Kind of do need that. We can keep this going another turn or two. But I think what I wanted is the Badgermole dead, because it's going to change everything. Okay, Badgermole's not dead. Not yet. Blockers I can get, don't I? So we're gonna do this. No attacks. He is aggressive with these slashes, ain't he? He is quite aggressive. I'm gonna let one in. I don't need another one of those. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Now, the one thing about this deck that does probably make it a tad bit sketch is the lack of removal. Life back here. Shooting the Badgermole. Might as well. Yeah. So do I got some lands in the bed, or just one, huh? But I think I could really use that more. So we'll put him in the yeah. That's terrible. Terrible. The problem with this play is if he has one removal spell, we're screwed either way, right? But maybe I find a 1 mana spell I could play with this. It gives me an extra blocker, and it did. Perfect. Okay. What you working with? See, I was expecting something like that. I like the way you work it. No digging it. I'm about to bang it up, yeah. Pretty much same predicament as last time, but Bayfong does nothing on its own. We leave those. Oh, that Badgermole. Does he have the kill spell? Is the question. Can he kill it? Well, it doesn't look like he can kill it. Okay. That's all I asked for. Okay, all right, okay, Magic. Just the third one? Just the third one, though? That's how you really feel about me, huh? Can I get to this card? That's how you really feel about me, huh? Cool. Cool. Come on. Just no kill spells. No more kill spells. Okay. Just... like, seriously. I feel like the game wants me to lose this one, to be honest. I do feel like the game wants me to lose this one. It's hard to shake that feeling, to be honest. I need more blockers, yeah. I need as many blockers as I can possibly get. Wait a minute. This might not work. Then again, it might. Leave it. Actually, no, we don't need that. We keep think I did that out of order, actually. If I still had the Belfonds, this would have been game. If I wouldn't have had to block with it. Because I didn't have to block with it. The line. Wish I had the third blood gas. I probably should have been surveilling for that. I think I'm a little short. And I think it's because I did everything out of order. Yeah, I think it's because I did everything out of order. Okay, what is this? What people just, all right, well, that's gonna be the second loss. It is what it is. So I just gotta be honest, it's not looking very good for the Badgermole deck here at this present time. But we go first this time. I got the Dredger's Insight finally. Let's see what we can make happen. Can this deck show some resilience in the final stages of today's gauntlet? We're gonna leave that there. Actually, we're gonna leave that there too, and I'm gonna go and get this land. Okay. Charming. So, doing all of the landfall, just gonna beat you to death with all of these grown creatures, huh? This is making me regret this land choice, but here we are. Next turn, we've got Bayfong online. If I can just get a Festival Gulch. I'm doing some real damage here, huh? No blocks. So get in there. Okay, got 3 turns left on that. As long as we don't see a Tifa or the Hydra, terrible about this position. Excellent. Okay, he cannot attack right now. There's the Festering Gulch. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now can I go ahead and get this Humble Collar Zealot? Yep. Is that the infinite? I think that might be the combo. I think this might just be the combo. Yep. Might just have the combo. I am demonstrating infinite loop, sir. Demonstrating infinite loop. Will you sit through the entire infinite loop? Because this thing is over. Okay? Okay, Buttercup. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, the deck is not complete trash. That's what I just learned from playing this game. I'll take it. All right, game number 4. This is it. Can we go even? Can we split? Split the difference? I kind of like this hand. I wish I was going first with it, but I will keep it. Yeah, those first 2 games were just really, really bad matchups. I think there's a world in which I messed up in the second game. I'll have to go back and review that, but that first game felt like we had no shot. But we back in it now, so let's get it. I'm gonna keep this. Of course, we got Llanowar Elf. And the Festering Gulch is already online. Okay. Llanowar Elf. Nesting box. So we getting synthesizer shenanigans. I do love the synthesizer, even though it's not as good as I want it to be, especially in standard. I really do mess with some synthesizer. That's probably going to make an appearance here on the channel sometime very soon. Oh, black. What are we doing here with black? This is the toughest, I said the toughest 2-play of all time. Now see, this is a card that I want to put in that Boros, the tokens deck. If I can get 4 copies of this, I think it'll make that Boros tokens deck really go crazy. Not blocking. We're gonna go ahead and play the Gulch. We're gonna go ahead and play, oh, that Badgermole. Let's get it. So is this a this feels like a raise the pass list. Also feels like this Badgermole's pretty big. Don't do it. No. No, don't do it. No. No. What you got for me? Vengeful Blood Witch. What does this thing do? Whenever you... Alright, can we not? This target opponent loses 1 life and you gain it. Oh. So this is just like a version of... a cheaper version of what I do. Okay. Trying to ping me. What do I need? I need to get a Belfong. actually need both of those. Take that. Okay, 2 cards left. What do you got for me? Another nesting box. And a quat. A Forsaken Miner. Okay. A Forsaken what? You know, it's not great. It's not great. Funeral room, you say? Funeral room, you say? Balance that myself. And then get that on the battlefield for now. No attacks. Can we survive? We trying. We are really trying. 1 card in hand, Infestation Sage. Okay. But are you attacking? Attacking with a miner. The miner can come back, right? Whenever you commit a crime? Yeah, okay. So, here's what we're gonna do. You know, do we just kill this thing? We take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this thing is dead. He can't do that anymore. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. Take out this Voice of Victory. What do you got? Okay. Oh, yeah, forgot about him dying. Yep, okay, 2 more. Okay. Land. What's down here? Everything is down here. Have the Umbral Collar Zealot. And gain some life back. The Overlord down there. I can play this now, yeah? So I will. Ah, yes, that might be it right there. That, I think, is the combo. Combo online. Combo online, people. Alert. Alert. Combo is online. Now, these cards have just gotten incredibly small, okay? Incredibly small. So we're going to do that. Get back that blood gas. Leave everything on top. Thank you. Get back the Gulch. Stern Gulch. I have demonstrated the loop, good sir. I have demonstrated the loop, good sir. Tis a wrap, sir. Tis a wrap, sir. Tis a wrap, sir. Tis a wrap. It is a wrap. Tis a wrap, sir. Tis a wrap, sir. Tis a wrap, sir. Tis a wrap. Let's get it. I guess he just wants to sit here and watch me play Magic, you know, until he dies. That's fine by me. I can do this all day, good buddy. Nothing you can do to stop this. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. The Gulch. The Gulch. No need. I guess this guy really just wants to sit and watch me play Magic. I appreciate it, you know. I guess that's the whole goal of this, right? I want people to watch me play Magic. Yes. Thank you. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. I try. I try. I'm now locked out. And that'll be game. That'll be game. That's what I'm talking about. I had to concentrate just to make sure I didn't run out of time. But that got us up to gold. All right, well, I'll say this much. The deck showed me a lot of resilience, and I really appreciate that. After losing the first two, kind of reminds me of my Bears, actually. But it lost the first two, and then it went on a crazy streak. So I'm very proud. And now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the standings. Okay, so as you can see from yesterday, the Boros Tokens deck earned a perfect 10 points for the week. Got both the bonus points, and it won every match. Today, we had the Badger Earthbend with 2 wins and 2 losses. And it did not win 3 in a row. And did I beat? I'm not entirely sure if I beat a card or a deck that I would consider meta. So for right now, we're going to give it 0 points. I have to go back and check on that just to be sure. We're going to give it that. And so, right, so as you can see, with the 2 wins and the 2 losses, it gained 4 points and it lost 2. And so it finishes out with just 2 points. Gonna have a tough time not being eliminated this week. I think this deck is still really good. Maybe some different card choices would make it a little bit better. But all in all, I'm pretty proud of the resilience it showed in those last couple of games. So yeah, but that'll be it for today's video. If you guys did like the video, I really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow in Black's Magic Arena.